Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO. Today we are doing a special kind of case study. My friend Kayti from Adventures by Jamie is here. And Kayti, you are a recent participant in our Travel Professional Training Kit, which is one of our online training programs that we offer. And you reached out to us because you said, oh my gosh, you have to know what's going on in my business. And so I wanted to have you on the show today. So first of all, how are you? Thank you for joining us.
I am doing fabulous. How are you? I'm so excited.
I'm good. And I have all the confetti happening because we're celebrating. Anytime we have a success story in our organization, especially if it's bringing abundance by way of running your travel business, we want to celebrate that. So tell me a little bit about where your business was before using the Travel Professional Training Kit and where you are today.
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually joined a brand new travel baby to the industry in March of 21. Joined Jamie with Adventures by Jamie, and did what I think a lot of people do is I really tapped I like to call it like my warm market, like my friends and my family, and they all knew I'm a huge Disney nerd. I love to plan trips, and I was enjoying that. But then I kind of, that fizzles out, and you eventually run out of leads and people to book trips for. So then I've been watching you since even before I decided to be in the industry. And so I was like, I need to look into this kit that I knew you had. And because I kind of felt like I was a bird going out of the nest, like ready to fly, but I didn't have the tools to successfully flap my wings yet. So I was super excited to get started. And I started that in July. So what is that, like 3 or 4 months after I joined?
Yeah.
And even before I was done with the program, because I really wanted to make sure to take my time with it, I was noticing night and day differences in my business. I was noticing, just for example, a lot more confidence, more awareness of the industry and the resources and tools available to me. I loved, the scripts, and I felt more confident with my consultation calls and kind of figuring out who I want to work with and who I want to help. And so that was a huge turning point. And now in my business, I am consistently the top seller with my company every month.
Wait, more confetti for that. Wait, double. You get both kinds of confetti. That's so exciting.
I love it. So that's huge, and that's been a consistent month-on-month thing. And I also sold some pretty big trips while I was still that I never even thought clients of that, I don't want to say standard, but clients that have that lifestyle would even want to work with little old me from, Minneapolis. So it's been a night and day difference, and I think every part of it really works together to teach me how to flap those wings. So now I can leave the nest and soar,
I love that. Yeah. And I love what you said about friends and family, but that only goes so far, that old school approach. If it's kind of like it's a wealth consciousness thing, right? Like maybe if you're going to run it like a hobby, no judgment. If that's like what people have time for, fantastic, but still make it the most successful hobby you can. But once you kind of tap out that friends and family market, which by the way, that those customers take more time because it's longer conversations, they expect more, all of the things happen in that narrative, right? But when you're reaching out and you're operating like a real business and attracting real leads like a real business, it really changes the game and it opens your mind to kind of what's out there. Now, what have been your biggest wins or celebrations since taking the program? You hinted at it, but I know because Jamie called me and she's like, guess what happened today? Because I'm really good friends with the owner of the company that Kayti works for. But tell us about a couple of your big wins and celebrations.
Yes. So my biggest one was while I was still in TPTK, I wasn't even done yet. I sold a 4-month Princess World cruise.
Nice.
Which was mind blowing to me. And it was so much fun. I even helped. The husband was booking it for his wife for a surprise anniversary trip. And I even put together like a package of trinkets from some of the different ports and packaged it up together. And it was just like a full on experience. That was so much fun.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. So when I got that call, I told my husband, I was like, Chris, guess who wants to book something with me? Like, this is huge. So that was a big trip win. And then I was actually promoted to lead travel advisor. With Jamie at Adventures by Jamie.
Yay! That's so exciting. Into a leadership role. That's fantastic. Now, if you don't mind sharing, because, we know World Princess, I know how much those are, but share with the audience, like level, just range-wise, what those types of cruises go for.
Yeah, they were going to be paying close to $175,000
You guys,
for
a 6-figure sale. One sale. One
one
sale.
sale.
That's
Yes, and that
amazing.
actually departs in January of 23. So it's
Oh,
gonna come up pretty
man,
soon.
that's
Very
that's
excited.
that's the dream right there, right? I love it.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I love this. I'm
So
gonna.
you're getting 5-figure commission for sure on that. So kudos and congratulations on that. That's
Thank,
fantastic for
thank
sure.
you.
Now, you know that one of the things I put in all my programs, whether you're in a mastermind program, whether you are in one of our e-learning programs, which is what Travel Professional Training Kit is, we always integrate some mindset in there so you can start thinking from that business minded approach. How did the mindset work in the program help you in either your life or business?
Yeah. So to be honest, that was the part I was most nervous for, and I don't know if that's normal. Like I was like, give me all like the business stuff, and I can talk with people all day long. But when it was something that I was the only one who could really work this part of my business and my mindset, it was a little intimidating because I was thinking of myself so small. And I was like, I know what gifts and values I have to share with people, and I deserve to think of myself on that higher level than I was.
Yeah.
So I did that worksheet and I wrote down, I had 8 affirmations that I even have a notebook here on my desk, and there's still the same affirmations I've added to them, but I did what you said and I carved out that time for me in the morning. And I would wake up before my kids got up and have my chai latte, and I read my
Oh, I love a
affirmations.
chai latte.
Yeah, give me all of it. And I would do that every morning. And at first I felt a little silly, but I kid you not, guys, like it worked. There is
Yeah.
something to this. And I just felt my confidence really build. And if I had people that wanted to have those conversations with me, I went into it like, yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
they need to work with me because I'm the one who can help them with this. And I didn't feel as timid anymore. And like, are they sure that they want to book a 4-month cruise with me? And not only in my business, but it's helped me even in my personal life too. I think as a wife and mom, I have 3 kiddos.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's hard for me to want to take that time for myself
Yeah.
because I'm sure Cyndi, and a lot of the viewers too, that
I got 3 too. Yep.
we're wife and mom and we're always go, go, go.
Yep.
But once I really told myself that I deserve the time to work on me
Mm-hmm.
personally, I deserve the time to work on me professionally, it's been just lighter around here,
Yeah.
I think, because mom's bucket is full. So now I
Mm-hmm.
have, the water to pour over to my family too. And so relationships in our family have been shifting. I have a 15-year-old, so teenage girl. And so just things, little
I have
examples
a
about
16, so I get it. The struggle is real.
relationships. So I know some people might roll their eyes at it, but it's been
Mm-hmm.
life changing for me. And I check with myself a few times a day if I'm feeling overwhelmed, because I know this industry, if you're brand new, it's
Oh,
overwhelming, and throwing a
so
pandemic
much.
on top of it.
Yeah.
And so I can feel overwhelmed, but then I go to some of the things that you've taught us in the program and some of the things I read, some of the books you've recommended, and I kind of recheck myself. And I'm like, okay, I allowed myself to feel like that for a minute, but like no more. That has no place here. We're going to acknowledge it, better it, and move on. So
I love
it
that.
really has been awesome all the way around.
Yeah, that's amazing. And for anyone watching this case study, one of the questions we're going to get Kayti is, well, what's the difference between careers on vacation versus like travel professional training kit? So travel professional training kit is not for those of you who want to have your own agency, start your own travel business. The reason I created travel professional training kit is exactly like what Kayti just said. Even though she's working for an agency owner, and how agencies are structured in our industry, they do not give you the training that you would get at a normal job, because you are not employees in our industry, you are independent contractors. So there are limitations on how much they can do. And
Yeah.
often, a host job really is to get your link set up, to provide a little bit of emotional support as you go through that startup process, but you are still running your own business under their credentials. They have the credentials. Sometimes they have the branding, the website, some of those things that Kayti didn't have to create those because she's working for another agency. So this product is specifically for those of you who want to work at an agency, but you want to be like Kayti is, the top seller in your agency, because agency owners do not have the time, energy, nor the regulations around having contract employees. Can they run their business in a certain way? It's not an employee kind of situation, if that makes sense. So that's where a lot of agents that are new in the industry will feel very overwhelmed because they're like, oh, I'm not getting what I thought I was from an agency. It's not because your agency is doing anything wrong. It's just a different model than most of us have worked in. If you've ever been an employee of a company, it's different. You have to be prepared to run your own business, take care of your own mindset, hustle up your own leads. You are running a business under their business. So that was where the need was for us to step in as the best educators in the industry and the top of what we do in the learning education field, because so many people were coming. They said, I don't really want to have my own thing. I don't know if Careers on Vacation is right for me. That feels too big, but I would like to work for an agency, but I want to be really good at it. I want to have the most success. So that's where, if that's your lane, that's where you want to look at the Travel Professional Training Kit. So I just want to clarify that. And by the way, guys, you can visit travelschool.com. I'll drop that link below to see all of our programs. Pretty soon we're going to have a quiz on the site, so you can take the quiz if you don't know what you want, and it's going to help you match yourself with the right program too. So Kayti, what would you, let's assume we're talking to people who are like you. They want to work, maybe they don't want to create a website, they don't want to have their own branding, they want to work for another agency, and they were in the same shoes you were back in 2021, just knowing, oh my gosh, I got to do this, I want to do this, but how do I go about it? If they're looking at the Travel Professional Training Kit, what would you want them to know about it before they make that purchase?
Yeah. What I think the biggest takeaway was, you get so much value and you get it for every step of the business. So like we talked a good bit about the mindset, that's huge. And I love how you framed it. And we start that way before we jump into any of the other exciting goodies. We really make sure our mind is right. But then the amount of resources, whether it comes from suggestions for products, like, side note, I love Travify, never heard of it, but thanks to you, my business has changed. So you have resources, you have worksheets, you have scripts that you can follow, even with videos of some of Cyndi's employees acting out these calls, because that can be intimidating. You have suggestions on how to sell cruises, how to sell Disney, whatever you might want to do. It really is there from, okay, I'm starting, I'm overwhelmed, what do I do? Kind of holding your hand all the way through to then hopefully once you're done with it, you can take a deep breath and be like, oh, I can do this. And if you ever need to go back, you just go back and watch another module or kind of dig into what you personally need more help with. And I just think it's really set up all the tools in your toolkit that you'll need to be successful in this business. And I think it was worth all the time and energy that I put into it. I wouldn't be here with Cyndi today if
That's right. I love it. Yeah, because feeling like the industry, someone gave me this analogy the other day and I thought it was so good. You know how you go to Disney, we're both Disney people, you go to Disney and you see the 1,200 or the 2,000 piece puzzle and you're like, wow, that's so pretty, like I want to put this together. We actually have one working right now. It's about a third of the way done. We've been working on it for like 6 months. I'm like, can someone move this puzzle out of the living room? What's happening? Anyway, you look at the box and you're like, I want that. So pretty. We're going to do this thing. Then you come home and you throw it all on the table and you're like, oh my gosh. So that's where I feel like our programs come in and go, put this here, do this here. Let me help you. Here's how it all comes together. And then at the end, you have the beautiful thing and it takes out the stress and the confusion and all of that overwhelm that happens because our industry was already complicated. And then you threw the pandemic and all these regulations. Having that extra layer of some extra education really makes a big difference for sure. So Kayti, thank you so much for sharing your story today. Last question, would you recommend Travel Professional Training Kit and why? And then I'm going to give you guys the links here in a second.
Yes. I think if you are even remotely, like if you watch this all the way through, you're curious. Like there's that nugget, you're curious. And one of my good friends and owner of our agency, Jamie, told me once, she's like, Kayti, if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Yeah.
So you can want it and you can have the passion for it, but if you don't have the correct tools to utilize, it's not going to be as easy to succeed in. So I think you deserve to invest in yourself. You deserve this, whether you're wife, mom, dad, you have another job. Like I was a nursing assistant at my local hospital during a pandemic, but you deserve this. If this is what's fueling your fire, I think it can't hurt anything. You're going to be so glad you did. Your life will be 360 in so many different directions. So
I love it. I
with
love
Cyndi
it,
because it was
Katie.
so
Yeah.
good.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. Congratulations on all of your huge successes, leadership, 170 some $1,000 in one sale. I know you've had way more sales since then, but that's like a landmark one, right? We love that. And guys, I'm going to pop this link up for you on the screen real quick. Travelschool.com. You can see all of our programs. This one might not be the right one for you, but we'll help match you with the one that's a perfect fit. If you want to be a travel agency owner that's running a team, we have a program for that. If you want to run your own travel business, we have a program for that called Careers on Vacation. And the program Katie went through is the Travel Professional Training Kit. We have a link if you'd like to read more about that on the website. So thanks so much for joining today. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
It's calling me like the rainbow. It's calling me like the rainbow.
Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.
It's calling me.